here with his pacemaker. No, sorry, it couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, I was honoured to introduce a true gentleman, Mr. Ron Proctor.
Ladies and gentlemen, I did prepare a speech actually. Unfortunately, I showed it to Cheryl and Julia, and what did they do? They ripped it up and said, that's a waste of time. So they started with another one. But the thing is, you see, the problem is that Cheryl is very demanding, isn't it? She felt that I hadn't done enough to really extol her virtues. You know, it left her husband, she wanted to let her husband know that she was good, kind, sweet, delightful. And that's the girl that he's married. So he thinks. Well, I've got news for you. Now, none of you will know anything about this, but when Cheryl was born, she was lying in a cot, and she was quite angelic, and she was like this. I saw her, you know, so. And the nurse came along, and she said, "My word, what a nice little Cheryl." So that's how she got to be called Cheryl. Mind you, we did spoil it a little because we gave her a name, Fiona, which she hates. Cheryl has always enjoyed her food, and she's very appreciative of her mother's cooking. And as a little girl, she polished off a large plate of shepherd's pie. And when she finished, she turned to Bee and she said, "No wonder top breeders use it." And I'm not quite sure whether Bee really appreciated that, because she didn't like her food being thought of as a tin of pedigree show. But at least we know that Cheryl will always eat whatever is put in front of her. Now we all know that Cheryl is very happy. Now, we all know that Cheryl is a happy and fun-loving girl. And the best way I thought to illustrate that is her smile. Now, the thing is that everyone who meets her is struck by that smile, because she's nearly always got a smile on her face. I don't know whether she keeps tickling that down. She's always got a smile. And it reminded me of a little poem that a little girl had written. It's a bit sad in one way. She was in hospital and she wrote this little poem. And she said, "Smiling is infectious. You catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I walked around the corner and someone saw my grin. And when he smiled, I realised I passed it on to him." Now I understand the smile, and I fully knew its worth. A single smile like hers could pass around the earth. So, if you feel a smile come on, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic and get the world infected. You'll forgive me, won't you? Cheryl, as a teenager, was really demanding. parents of teenagers would know this. My Lord, what a treat. I was a regular taxi driver, ferrying Cheryl, Julia, West Caroline, I've lost her, the Caroline, and some of her friends. I mean, the car was always loaded. And off we went to various pubs and clubs. I think some of them were more suspect than the others. And as Cheryl always has been very full of life and the soul of the party, my Lord, it's a long, long time to get her out of those places. However, when she came to London, wow, this was great. I was surprised when she said she found another taxi driver. One party to another. It's not about the taxi driver, it's the parties. Now, the thing is that when Jonathan heard about this taxi driver, he lovingly dubbed him Corky's Cabs. Now, I don't know if anybody knows about Corky Cabs, do they? Obviously not, because nobody even knows that one. But we were quite amused at that. And I can think of only one reason why Cheryl went out with Chris. And that was because she could get a lift to the garden centre. Now the good news is that Cheryl now drives. And although she would rather be like Miss Daisy and being chauffeured, she can now get herself to the garden centre if she needs to. Well, you all know that it's taken a little while for Cheryl to get down the aisle.
Too long.
When Bea and I met Chris some 16 years ago, we wondered really what might be the outcome. I mean, taxiing and all this. I thought, who's this taxi driver? We know that Cheryl is very, very fussy. But why wait 16 years to get the right man? Well, we're happy that at long last she's made the decision. And she's certainly done it in style. And Chris will be wishing he was. If I were a rich man. Well,
no chance.
We've been delighted, Chris, to welcome you into our family. And it's been so many years that we've always enjoyed your company. And now you're making a great husband, Cheryl, and we're delighted. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please stand and join me and I